Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello my dear student, how are you? I think you are well in your home. First of all, I would like to thank all of you who are joining with me in my class, and I am going to take my another class today, and which is from English second paper. Okay, my dear student, this is my identity at first. Okay, today I am going to take my another class which is from voice change, and it is part 2. Okay, voice change part 2. My dear student, at first, passive voice with double object. In our previous class, we have finished our class of voice change part 1, which is from the normal rules of voice change. Today, I am going to take my another class which is from voice change part 2. Okay. And this is beginning with double object. The sentences which carries double object, I will complete with this session. Okay, here is a subject, verb, object, first object and second object. So there is two objects and it is double object. As means direct object. There are two kinds of objects. You know it. First of all is a personal pronoun, which is called is indirect object, and there is another object which is not personal pronoun, which is a noun or any kinds of names or any things. Which is called direct object. Okay, there are two kinds of objects here. So you can use any object as the subject of passive voice. You can use any one of them. At first, you will take personal pronoun, I mean indirect object, and you can also use direct object as a subject of passive voice. So here we will learn some new words. Okay, here is a problem of I think it's a problem of Okay, my dear student, there was a problem of device is not connected perfectly. So anyway, can you follow a marking object? Here is another marking object. So whenever we change it, at first the object of active voice as here is we, and it is a subject of passive voice. You can also use it as the subject of passive voice in a direct object. Both of them you can use. Okay, we are taught English by him, or you can write English is taught us by him. Okay, my dear student, there is another example here. They offered me a nice salary. So the answer will be I was offered a nice salary by them, or we can write it a nice salary was offered for me by them. So there are some marking objects. Here is two marking objects. First of all, me is changed here, I, and a nice salary is changed here, a nice salary of subject of passive voice. Okay, so you will do it like this. Here is some example for you, and it is also your homework. So my dear student, you will do it in your home, in your exercise book, and afterwards I will complete it. Okay, here is another subject. Here is another sentence. I saw him reading a novel. My dear student, here is a marking or underlined part of sentence here. It is reading a novel, and it is called participle. Okay, so passive voice with present participle. It is present participle. You know, participle, there are three kinds of participle: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. So it is present participle. If the active voice is with present participle, how will you change it in passive voice? First of all, there is a structure. So you will have to write it like this: object of active voice. First of all, you will write object of active voice and be verb. Be verb means am, is, are, was, were, am being, is being, are being, like this. And verb 3. Okay, here is a verb saw. It will change into seen. And present participle, the present participle, then by, and afterwards you will write the subject of active voice, and it will be changed into object of passive voice. Okay, if we write the answer of this sentence, it will be like this: he was seen reading a novel. It is present participle, will not change. Reading a novel by me. Okay, my dear student, you will write it according to the structure of above. Okay, he was seen reading a novel by me. There is another sentence: she noticed some boys. She noticed some boys sitting on the wall. So you will have to write it: some boys were noticed. Okay, some boys were noticed, and then you will write the present participle: sitting on the wall by she will be changed into her. Okay, so it was double object, passive, active from passive, and passive voice of silent infinitive. Sometimes some sentences takes infinitive and which is silent infinitive. So silent infinitive like this: I told him do this. Do is here a silent infinitive. Okay, I told him do this. If we will change it, it will be he was told to do this by me. So the silent infinitive will change into to infinitive here. Okay, sometime infinitive remains silent in the active voice, and whenever you will change it in passive voice, it will change into to infinitive. Okay, here is to. Okay, so infinitive must be shown in the passive voice. Okay, my dear student, here is some examples here. First of all, I saw him go. So what will be the answer? He was seen to go. He was seen to go by me. So go will be changed into to go. And there is another example: we heard her sing a song. So she was heard. She was heard to sing a song by us. And there is another example. We found him cross the road. We found him cross the road. So he was found. He is found. He was found. He was found to cross the road. He was found to cross the road by us. So you will change the active voice into passive whenever there will be the silent object. Okay, my dear student, here is another sentence. He wants me to take the photograph. He wants me to take the photographs. So the categories of sentence will be like this. If the active voice is with want, like, love, wish, and infinitive, the passive voice will change into like this. First of all, you will have to write subject, want or like or any kinds of word which will write here, and then object of finite verb, and then you will write to be, and then verb 3 and by plus object. Okay, if we write the answer of this sentence, that will be he wants me to take the photographs. So he wants the photograph, subject, and then the word which was in the sentence of verb wants, and then object of infinitive. The object of infinitive here is the photographs. So he wants the photographs to be taken. To take will change into to be taken by, and the object of the active voice will write here. Okay. So there is another example. I like him to do the work. I like him to do the work. So you will have to write it like this. I like the work. I like the work to be done. I like the work to be done by him. So, my dear student, if the active voice will be like this structure, you will have to make it passive like this. And there is some class activities here. You will have to change it into passive voice, and it will be your homework. Okay, my dear student, take your exercise book and write the sentences here carefully. Okay, here is another sentence. She fans herself. She fans herself. So, if the active voice is with reflexive pronoun, the pronoun herself is a reflexive pronoun. If the active voice is with a reflexive pronoun, the passive voice will be like this. First of all, you will have to write the subject and then auxiliary verb, and then you will have to write the verb 3 and by, and then the reflexive pronoun will not be changed. You will have to write as it is. Okay. If I write the answer, it will be she is fanned by herself. She is fanned by herself. So the object of reflexive pronoun, object and subject will not change. So you will have to do this. He killed himself. So what will be the answer? It will be like this. He was killed by himself. Okay. If there is reflexive pronoun as object of the sentence, subject and object of passive voice will not be changed. Okay, my dear student, it is exception number 2. Exception number 2. The sentence is the rose smells sweet. The rose smells sweet. The rose, it is very nice and it smells sweet. If the sentence is like quasi-passive verb, so it is the verb rose smells is a quasi-passive verb. If the active voice is with quasi-passive verb, the passive will be like this. First of all, you will have to write the subject and then auxiliary verb and verb 3, and the object will not change. You will have to write as it, the object is here. So the rose is smelled sweet. The answer will be the rose is smelled sweet. And here is another sentence. Can you change it? Okay. The sight looks charming. The sight looks charming. What will be the answer? The sight is looked. The sight is looked changing or charming. Okay, my dear student. If there is an adjective after the verb of the sentence, subject and adjective will not be changed here. Okay. So there will be an active voice. It is another sentence or example. The house is building. The house is building. So what will be the change? And there is a structure here. First of all, you will have to write subject and then auxiliary verb and then be verb. Auxiliary verb means be verb. Be verb means am, is, are, was, were, am being, is being, were being, etc. And then verb 3. Okay, the sentence is here, the house is building. So it will change into like this. The house is being built. The house is being built. Here is a continuous, present continuous tense, and it will change into is being built. Okay, here is another sentence. I will have to change it. The book is printing. So the answer will be the book is being printed. The book is being printed. Okay, here is another sentence. You follow it. The cow is milking. So the cow is milking will be changed into like this. The cow is being milked. The cow is being milked. So, my dear student, here is another sentence, and it is exception number 3. Okay, the sentence is the suggested giving up smoking. He suggested giving up smoking. So, what will be the change? The change will be like this. If the active voice is with a gerundial verb. Here is the verb is gerundial. Giving up, give up, giving up. So giving up smoking is a gerundial verb here. So it will change into like this. First of all, subject and then verb and then that. You will have to write a that. And then object of gerundial verb. And then should be, you will have to write another word, should be. It is auxiliary verb and then verb 3. Okay, if the answer we will write, it will be like this. My dear student, he suggested that smoking should be given up. Smoking should be given up. Okay, so, or you will have to write it like this. I like painting pictures. I like painting pictures. So you will have to write it also. Painting pictures is liked by me. Painting pictures is liked by me. It is easier to them. Okay, exception number 4. We went to see the opening of the ceremony. We went to see the opening of the ceremony. It is another exception number sentence, exceptional sentence. If the active voice is with verbal noun, if the active voice is verbal noun, if you will change into in passive voice, you will have to write it like this. First of all, subject and then verb, and then you will have to write the extension of verb, and object of verbal, and being plus verb 3. If the answer we will write, the answer will be, we went to see the ceremony. We went to see the ceremony being opened. We went to see the ceremony being opened. Or there is another sentence here. They came out to see the launching of the ship. So the answer will be, they came out to see. They came out to see the ship being launched. Okay? Launched means shuru hawa. So they came out to see the ship being launched. Okay, my dear student, there is exception number 5. The sentence is exceptional 5. He decided to sell the house. He decided to sell the house. So if the active voice is with transitive verb like this: urge, ask, advise, order, beg, and propose, decide, arrange, demand, etc. So you will have to change the passive voice like this. First of all, you will have to write it plus be verb. Be verb means am, is, are, was, were, and then verb 3. And you will have to write the infinitive and extension of infinitive, the extra words which if it has, and plus by, and then subject of active voice. So if we write the answer of these sentence, it will like this, or you will like the another way, it plus be verb and then verb 3, and then that object of infinitive, and then should be verb 3 and subject. I mean, it means the both of the verb will be changed into passive voice. So he decided to sell the house. First of all, we will write it here. It was decided to sell the house by him. It was decided to sell the house by him. And we will have to write it in another way, and it was decided that the house should be sold by him. It was decided that the house should be sold by him. So my dear student, here is another exceptional sentence, and it is exception number 6. We know that they will do the work. We know that they will do the work. So what will be the structure of changing sentence? If the active voice is with complex or compound sentence, if the active voice is complex or compound sentence, the change will be like this. First of all, you will have to passive the verb of both of the sentence or clauses, and you will have to also change any one of the clause. Okay? We know that they will do the work. If we change it, you will like this kind of way. It is known to us. It is known to us that the work will be done by them. It is known to us that the work will be done by them. And you will have to write it in another way like this: that the work will be done. That the work will be done by them is known to us. Okay? So my dear student, here is another exception. It is known to us that they will do the work. It is known to us that they will do the work. And it is done only one clause, and it is done by the following the both of the clause. Okay, we know that the work will be done by them. Okay, there is another sentence. People say that the lion is the king of beasts. So you will write like this. It is said that the lion is the king of beast, and also you will write this. The lion is said to be the king of the beast. Okay, my dear student, here is also some examples of these categories of sentence, and it is your homework. You will have to write it in your exercise book and change it into passive voice like this. And here is also the sentences have already done here. So here is an exceptional sentence number 7. There is no time to lose. There is no time to lose. Okay, if the active voice begins with here is or here was, no time. Here is there is no time or there is no money. There is no time or there is no money plus 2 plus verb 1. The object is there will be, and the change will be, the passive voice will be there is or there was, and no time or no money. There is no time or no money, and then to be, 2 plus be plus verb 3. Okay, the sentence there is no time to lose. So you will have to write it like this. There is no time to be lost. There is no time to be lost. There is no money to waste. So you will have to write it like this. There is no money to be wasted. There is no money to be wasted. Okay, my dear student, there is a lot of homework here, and it will have to write it in your notebook, and you will have to do it in your home. And after my next after this class, in my next class, I will solve it. I will solve it, and you will have to check it, how number or how many sentences are corrected there and how many sentences are wrong. Okay, so this is your homework. 8 and 8, 16 sentences will have to change into passive voice. So my dear student, no more today, and thanks all of you who are with me for long time. So I will meet you in my next class, and till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.